This is the Money Hour with your host, Tina Mitchell, on Alternative Talk, AM 1150. Now, back to the show with local mortgage and finance expert, Tina Mitchell.
Welcome back to the Money Hour with your host and mortgage expert, Tina Mitchell, right here on 1150 AM KKNW, the Saturday, August 22nd show. I'm empowering our community, providing you with opportunities and solutions when it comes to your money. If you're hearing my show at a different time or day, you are listening to a rebroadcast. To talk with the guests that I have in studio, you can call the show at 1-855-400-1150. Again, that's 1-855-400-1150 or online at themoneyhour.com. And in studio right now, I have Mark Tillman and Ed Irwin with 3D4RE. Mark, thank you so much for coming back in. I'm excited to chat with you again.
Well, Tina, it is my pleasure. Thank you.
And look who you brought in as well. It's great to have the leader in studio. Thank you so much for coming in, Irwin. I appreciate it.
Nice to be here. Thanks a lot.
And a little bit about 3D4RE. First, I want to talk about Mark Tillman, owned and operated a business for over 20 years and has been licensed real estate broker for 10 years. Mark is 2012 Volunteer of the Year for the Seattle Foundation in Helsing, 2014 Everyday Hero for Kirkland, Kiwants, and Desert Storm veteran. And Ed Irwin has been owner and top broker of Integra Real Estate since 1983. He's licensed as an attorney, real estate broker, and does some lending as well. Ed doesn't practice law, but his legal background has served him well in his efforts to help people buy, sell, and finance their homes while optimizing their financial opportunity in real estate. Ed is an active member of the Washington State Bar Association, the National Association of Mortgage Brokers, and the Washington Association of Realtors. And I have to give a shout out for WCR in the support that you give them for the Women's Council of Realtors and everything that your company is doing for that organization, because they're pretty spectacular in our local market. And I just want to give a shout out from all of the women and a few of the men that are members as well. So thank you.
They are a great group. That is for
they
sure.
are. They're definitely making a difference in our
their operation. Debbie Walters is great, and the new upcoming president, Nanette, is going to be a great one too.
Yes. Thank you so much, Ed. So I'd like to go ahead and start out sharing with my listeners, Mark, a little bit about 3D4RE.
Well, Tina, we are a small company based out of Kirkland, and we provide online 3D models for real estate brokers in the greater Seattle area, as well as Snohomish County.
Mark, can you share also with my listeners the 3D model?
Yes, Tina, it's kind of hard on the radio, but an online 3D model allows you, the consumer, the buyer, to virtually walk through a home room by room as if you were there. It's like Google Street View inside your home.
And I think that's an awesome way to describe it because, again, radio, we don't have the visuals, and the visuals are spectacular. But if you want to go to the visuals, you can go to their site. You want to give your site, Mark?
Yes, that site is 3D4RE.com, and I'm going to spell that because it could get confusing over the radio. That's the number 3, the letter D, the number 4, and the letters RE. So 3D4RE.com. And
so if you go online and take a look, I mean, you can get a complete visual. What you really need to understand the impact that this company and the software that they're providing to the real estate community to help sell homes. It's unbelievable. And I like how you said it's like the Google. I mean, you literally can go in there and you can move the house around as you're walking in and figure out exactly where you want to go throughout the house. So the technology, share the impact that it really has had on the real estate community.
Well, Tina, it's had a real big impact, especially this year. We belong to a group of users from around the country. Okay. So there are people all over the country that are using this technology. And so that certainly has made an impact. We're getting referrals from other people from around the country who are wanting to use our services. One of the biggest impacts that we notice is the San Francisco Association of Realtors has created a link on their MLS, which is similar to our multiple listing service where all the homes are listed. They have placed a special link on their website for these 3D tours.
Wow.
And so that is pretty big.
That is really, really big.
That is pretty big.
So putting it on the multiple listing service, that's where, the realtors are going to get all of the property information. They're required to put the listing on that so that the consumers can see all the properties that are available through all the different sources and sites. So that's but congratulations to you guys.
Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, it's a huge impact. So let's talk about the listing broker, the listing agent. The listing agent, for those of you that are listening, that's the agent that actually you are hiring as a seller to represent the marketing of that home to attract as many buyers and ultimately to get the highest price that you can for the home. Now, I want to talk really quickly about the highest price because I think this is a mistake that sellers can easily make in this market. And if I was in the industry, I could see making it as well. We're in a multiple offer scenario. You're getting multiple offers on your house if you're anywhere in an area that has some popularity, which a lot of our areas do. There's a lot of people coming into Seattle because of our employment opportunity. And so you may not think that you really need to go to that extra mile or maybe extra cost to actually put your home on the market. But the reality is, if you just ask a simple question, you can sell your house. I mean, that's not the question here. The question is how much can you get for the sale of your house? You want to maximize that dollar, and we could be talking thousands and thousands of dollars. The more people you have coming in and the more demand that you're putting on that property. So how it gets marketed from the listing agent's perspective is really important, because if you don't list it correctly on the MLS or those photos, first photos say everything. A lot of times the buyers are not going to even come take a look at that home if it doesn't have quality photos. So let's talk about the impact and how the listing agent is utilizing and building this 3D.
Well, Tina, you are absolutely correct about, the online presence of a home really makes a difference in whether or not a buyer is going to actually want to come see that home in person. There are many advantages for a listing broker to use our technology to list their homes.
Okay.
One of the biggest advantages is it gives that home the wow factor.
Yeah.
I mean, it just literally will drop your jaw when you see a home in this 3D model and be able to walk through it from room to room. So the wow factor is certainly a big component. And then the listing broker has the ability to post this 3D model on all their social media sites.
Wow.
And so again, that allows them to open up their market to attract buyers who may be out of state, who may be out of country.
Yeah.
And they have the ability to look at this house in detail and make a decision wherever they are on whether or not that house is for them.
And Mark, that's important because we do have a lot of people that are coming into our market that from out of the area. And I've heard many times that people have bought homes without actually seeing the property. And so that experience, you have to imagine if they're going in and they're looking at photos, the experience in that home is going to be completely different than experience with a home that doesn't have the benefit of the virtual reality and the virtual feel in there. So what about the time on an individual home, Mark? How much time does it take to build this 3D?
So, Tina, it varies from home to home and depending on the layout of the home, of course. But let's just take your average, say, 2,500 to 3,000 square foot home. This process of doing a data shoot to capture all the data necessary to build the 3D model in a 25 to 3,000 square foot home, you're generally looking at about a 2-hour time frame.
Okay.
From start to finish.
Okay.
And then once that is complete, we're able to produce and turn around the 3D model to give it to the listing broker within about 24 hours.
Okay, wow, that's pretty impressive. I would think it would take a lot longer time than that. Now, if I have a listing broker or any real estate agent, because most realtors, they're representing at one point in time they're representing a buyer, another point in time they're representing the seller. But any of the realtors that are listening to the show right now, I really want to give a shout out for you guys because you are invited here because of recommendations from the top realtors that I work with and invite into the show. Which really, again, the show is about the best of the best people in their industry. And that personal invite is why the two of you are sitting here. So realtors that are not using this opportunity, I really want them to be able to have the benefit of working with you and helping their sellers. How do they connect with you, Mark?
Well, Tina, we try to make it as easy as possible for people to connect with us and use our technology. The easiest place to go is just to the website. 3D4RE.com.
Okay.
We have a place on the site where they can place their order depending on the size of the house. They can see the schedule and figure out, okay, what time is going to work for them.
Got it.
Also, they can give me a call anytime.
Perfect. What's your phone number, Mark?
My number is 425-260-6612.
Of course, you can always call into the show at 1-855-400-1150. Again, that's 1-855-400-1150. So, Ed, I want to hear from you. Before we take it to break, can you share with the real estate agents, the realtors that are listening right now, when they have the 3D model, what is a way to be able to promote their property? Give them a tip.
Well, they're used to still photos. They have been for years using still photos, and here's a way to step up, one big step up technologically from still photos to 3D. It's a jaw dropper. They've been used to still photos. They have a virtual tour link on the MLS, and here's a way to go from the standard stitched photos of a virtual tour link to an actual 3D walkthrough of their home, an online 24-hour, 7-day-a-week open house on the virtual tour link. It's fabulous.
Love it. Doesn't sleep, doesn't take time off. It's just there.
All the time.
And the people get to experience that they're actually already living in the home before they get there.
Put it on the MLS and they can pass it off to their clients.
Awesome. On that note, coming up next in the Money Hour, I'm going to stick right here with Mark and Ed to continue our conversations about 3D4RE and how you can really maximize the benefit of 3D model and maximizing the dollar for the home when you're selling real estate property right here at 1150 AM KKNW after the short break.
Now, back to the show with local mortgage and finance expert Tina Mitchell.
Welcome back to the Money Hour with your host and mortgage expert Tina Mitchell right here on 1150 AM KKNW, the Saturday, August 22nd show. My goal is to keep you up to date on the latest news and trends in our local economy. Keep me tuned in, and I promise I will keep you informed. If you're hearing my show at a different time or day, you are listening to a rebroadcast. You can call the show at 1-855-400-1150. Again, that's 1-855-400-1150 or online at themoneyhour.com. And I'm taking it back with our conversation that we've been having with 3D4RE, talking about the benefit of 3D virtual tour, being able to go in and really get an awesome view of a home in a whole different technology way than what we've been used to being able to do. And I want to start out, Mark, with are there other businesses or industries that could benefit from using this 3D technology?
Yes, there is, Tina. It's a long list, but just for a few, a vacation home, a rental home.
Of course.
Someone has a vacation home. They rent it out for the week during the summer. Why not do a 3D tour of it to broadcast it out, let everyone out there see it who may be looking for a vacation home?
Makes total sense.
Construction, new homes. A builder puts up one of the model homes. They got it staged, and then they got 30 other plots that are empty.
Okay.
Well, now they can use a 3D model to show that model home what the rest of the homes they're going to build are going to look like. And another interesting industry that could use this technology is schools.
Okay.
Now, take an elementary school. You can do a 3D tour of an elementary school, and now the parents who have their kids joining the kindergarten next year can see where little Johnny is going to go to class.
Wow.
They can see where his cafeteria is.
Yep.
And so it just gives them that sense of, okay, we know and feel and know where everything is in the school before Johnny even gets there.
Yeah, that is a great way to be able to utilize the technology. So let's talk about who created this technology.
This technology was created by a company called Matterport, and they are in Northern California. They started this about 1.5 years ago.
Okay.
And so they are the premier provider of this technology, and they have special equipment that we are using and their software as well.
Got it. And if you were to list what your target market is, I'm assuming the target market is the real estate community?
Yes, it is. Right now, it is primarily the real estate community, but we are going to start reaching out to other industries that may be able to take advantage of this technology.
Yeah, the schools would be, I think that's just a brilliant idea.
I think it would be awesome.
Yeah, and with all the concerns with safety and everything, I just think it would be
Yes.
be a really good thing to have as a standard in our education system. So what's the difference between the Matterport 3D model talked about and the virtual tours currently that you can find in real estate right now?
Sure. So what most of us are used to in the real estate industry as far as virtual tours are concerned, they take a series of photos and then they stitch them together and they just run a slideshow and you have music playing in the background.
Okay.
That's what most people in the real estate industry relate to a virtual tour.
Yes.
A slideshow with music in the background.
Okay.
With our 3D technology, there's no slideshow.
Yes.
You're inside the home.
Yeah.
You're walking through the kitchen. You can stop and take a look.
Yes.
And if there's something in the bathroom that you want to go see, you can go back to it.
Yes.
There's no control with virtual tour.
Yes.
There's total control with 3D.
Yes, and it's a different feeling of it. You get a different feel of that house because of, obviously I've seen and the presentation what you guys have on your website, and it's just an amazing feeling to go through that process.
And you can look up at the ceiling, down at the floor, down at the corner. You look at the range in the refrigerator. You can look
now,
at
depending
everything.
on how fast you're moving that, it can get a little dizzy in there.
Well, you just don't move that fast.
There you go. There you go. And so can you share the website again, Ed? How do my listeners, how do our realtors out there listening take a look at this experience?
3D4RE.com. You can make it the number 4 or FOR. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
We got it either way.
Okay.
3D4RE.com.
3D4RE.com.
RE stands for real estate. It's 3D for real estate. .com.
Perfect. So let's talk about the cost. If I have somebody listening today that's wondering on their listing, if they want to add this to their marketing, which they should, what would the additional cost be that they'd have?
So for a standard 3D model for a home, 1,600 square feet and below, the starting cost is $300.
Wow.
And it goes up in increments depending on the size of the home. So one of our larger homes that we recently done, it was about 5,000 square feet. The cost was $550.
Okay. That is unbelievable because the thousands of dollars that is getting paid on staging. And I want to talk about that for a second because, again, we're in a market that you may think you don't have to do a lot of extra stuff, and you don't have to do a lot of extra stuff to sell your house. You just put it on the market, it's going to sell. The question is really how much is it going to sell for? And so in this market, realtors are, it's thousands of dollars that is that's getting paid from the seller for the staging of the home. And we're talking about a few $100s that really, if you've gone out and spend the cost for that staging, why not show the home the best way that you can online? Because that's what the buyers are doing. They're going online to look at the home to make a decision if they're going to actually go out and look at the home face to face.
Yeah, you also have brokers that have listings that have been on the market for a while.
Yeah, and
they are looking for a
correct.
tool to say, okay, how do I get this home sold? And now here's a tool that they can now put this on social media, on Craigslist.
Yes.
They can put a QR code for this thing on Craigslist as one of the photos.
Okay.
Like the first or second photo after the main photo.
Okay.
Put a QR code. They can put it on their listing sign as an adder on the listing sign, so people that are going by on their phone can just go by, and on their phone they can snap it on their phone and look at this thing on their phone. They can see this 3D tour on their phone.
And I think that's a really good thing to bring up, Ed, is that it's compatible and it works on every device.
On every device.
Yeah, which is awesome because not all the cool technology works on every device. They may say it does, but it's a little bit different when you actually try to experience the full benefit.
And somebody looking at it on Craigslist can see this QR code and snap it on their monitor and just put it on their phone, pick it up on their phone.
Yes.
See this thing on their phone.
Awesome.
This QR code is pretty nifty.
So it's pretty nifty, pretty cool, and pretty advanced right now. What do you see? Is there anything new even that can come out up in the future for 3D showcasing?
Matterport is so well financed that they just keep moving ahead and ahead. They're coming out with version 2 of the showcase, and they're adding new features to the showcase. Mark's got some ideas of what's coming up with their showcase, but they're adding new features to the showcase that are just moving us ahead. Every 3 months they're coming up with new features.
Tina, one of the newest features that they have coming up is the floor plan.
Okay.
They will be able to give you the dimensions of the floor plan of the home. So let's say someone is interested.
Wow.
Someone has a king-size bed.
Okay.
They're not sure if it's going to fit in the master bedroom. Well, now they can look online in the 3D model and see that the bedroom is 15 feet by 10 feet.
Got it. You know what? I actually can, the visionary that I am, I can totally see which will happen because they can continue advancing. I bet at some time they're going to allow you actually place that furniture in there and get an idea of where your furniture is. So they're going to do that, aren't they?
You're exactly right.
Ed?
They've got it planned.
That is
you can actually stage your home.
Yes.
Gosh, I want to go
can
buy a
stage your
home.
home.
Hey, I could use the 3D in my own home to decide how I want to position things in the house before moving all the stuff around.
Yeah.
Yes, you can.
So, Mark, for you, and I mean, you're successful in the real estate business, coming in, and what was the reason behind coming in and joining the company and participating in this great venture?
Well, once I took that first look, it had me at hello.
Yeah.
I mean, it has that wow factor. And for me to have the opportunity to bring this out to the real estate industry,
Yep.
it was very exciting for
Yeah.
me. I mean, it's exciting. I love it. And I just love the reaction that people have on their face
Yes.
when they see it for the first time.
Yeah, that's awesome. And Ed, as the owner of the company, your vision behind and bringing this awesome technology here to our local market and other areas that you're in, what was your reason and vision behind that?
First time I saw it, just like Mark, I saw it and I said, "Oh my goodness sakes, it's the next step."
Yeah.
I can't say no. And I started the company basically in January, and I said, "Who do I know that I think could promote this thing?" Mark joined my company in real estate in 2005.
Okay.
And then when the turn down came into late 2007, I closed my office on Mercer Island. Mark had to leave, and I had to move on. And he stayed in real estate. I did too. We stayed alive and kept going. And then this thing came along in early this year. And I said, who could market this product?
Yeah.
And I thought Mark has the excitement and the capability to do it. And I said, hey, what do you think? And he said, I think it's got all the right features.
Yeah. Well, Mark, with your smile and the technology, how could you go wrong? I can definitely see the excitement that you have for it and the passion behind the product. So do you go out to the real estate companies, and is that an available option for you to go to their sales meetings and present a little bit of a tour and some ideas of how they can utilize this to maximize dollars for their seller?
Yes, Tina, we do. We have been to several offices throughout the area, and we are able to present at their office meetings just to kind of give a demonstration of what we have to offer, who we are, and let them know that it is available. So we certainly want to spread the word as much as possible.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for coming into studio again. Excited to have you back in, and thanks again for how you're helping our realtors out there in the market to do their job and do it to the best ability that they can, which is getting their seller maximum dollar. Thanks, you guys, for coming in.
You're quite welcome. Thank you.
Thank you, Tina.
This is your host and mortgage expert, Tina Mitchell, signing off for the day. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Enjoy your Saturday, your Sunday. Yes, I will be back. Same time, same place next week, right here on 1150 AM KKNW.